running backs in the NFL rated from 1 to 10. According to ESPN, this was a poll of 50 players, executives, coaches, and scouts. And let's take a look at the rankings. Saquon Barkley, ranked number 1, McCaffrey 2, Ezekiel Elliott 3, and you see down at 7, Nick Chubb. Chubb's highest ranking was 3rd, his lowest was 11th. One coach said he's 225, 230 pounds, runs through arm tackles. You think you can catch him, but you can't catch him. There were 5 different guys who had votes as the top spot, and when you look at it, something that you realize, these guys were all decent teams, but not the elite teams, which kind of goes with the NFL devaluing running backs. Let's welcome in Browns beat reporter for the Plain Dealer and cleveland.com, Dan Lobby. Dan, as always, appreciate the time. What do you make of that? 7 seems a little low for Nick Chubb, but you looked at the line the Browns had, you looked at the fact that they fell behind often and were throwing the football, and somehow he was close to the leading rusher in the NFL.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him that low. And I think that one comment where you think you can catch him, but you can't catch him really speaks to how fast he is when he gets to that line. I mean, he's broken off some huge runs in his 2 years. He's one of only 2 backs with more than 2 80-plus yard runs over the last 2 years, which is really impressive. When you look at the top of the list, it seems like the value there is kind of all around back. So you've got Alvin Kamara, you've got Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, guys that can run the football, but also good in the passing game. But where it gets confusing is, Dalvin Cook is ranked ahead of him. I guess you could make the case for Ezekiel Elliott as this 3-down back. And of course, we know he's a very good blocker as well. But, when you start to get to those backs that maybe aren't those multi-threat guys, I don't understand how Nick Chubb is that much lower. I mean, look at what Derrick Henry had to do last year just to catch him and beat him for the rushing title for 60 yards. He had to average almost 150 yards a game over the last 6 games just to catch Nick Chubb.
And keep in mind the tackles that were playing on the line for Nick Chubb a season ago. So it will be interesting. I mean, everybody's making a big deal about how those tackles will upgrade the passing protection for Baker Mayfield. Nick Chubb's got to be the second happiest guy because he should have some big holes to run through.
He should have some big holes to run through. And this scheme, I'm just absolutely convinced, was made for Nick Chubb. He is a decisive runner. He sees a hole, he goes. And like we said, when he gets through there and he gets to that second level, I mean, as the Baltimore Ravens, the Atlanta Falcons, the Oakland Raiders, you can't catch him when he gets to that second level. He's that fast. And, that's what really is the difference for him. And I think he's got a chance to have an absolutely enormous year this year and maybe get that rushing title that he didn't get a year ago.